Okay, how's everybody doing this evening? December 12th, probably about 6:30, 7 o'clock. I'm in Oceanside, California. In fact, straight ahead of me is the Oceanside Pier. I'll try to walk down that pier. And actually tonight, we're getting a little bit of rain, which is probably the first rain we've had here in quite a while. It doesn't rain much in Southern California. In fact, it's really weird. If you grew up like I did in the Midwest, when you come out here, it just goes all summer long without any rain. And just like in the Midwest, you get rain all the time. Out here, you never get rain. In fact, you don't even get rain during the fall. You just get a little bit of rain during the wintertime, and this is one of the few days it looks like it might have a little bit of rain. So I want to talk a little bit about the similarities between Weimar Germany and the United States today, because I do believe there's some similarities that are they need to be addressed, and actually something we need to be watching and be concerned about. Because Weimar Germany, prior to Adolf Hitler taking over, actually was kind of similar to what is going on in the United States today, from the respect that it was a democratic republic, like we are, had fallen in a kind of a liberal government where the government was kind of liberal, even though the German people themselves were more conservatives, but the government was a little bit more liberal, and then fallen into kind of some tendencies that the German public didn't really feel very comfortable about. And then, of course, the main comparisons are the fact that in Weimar Germany, as everybody usually thinks of Weimar Germany, they think of inflation. So the massive amounts of inflation that had taken place during that period of time because of losing the war and then being under the Versailles Treaty that made them responsible for a lot of the reparations for the war. This put the German economy into incredible amounts of debt to pay back. And then the only way they did that is by printing money, which is kind of what we've done here in the United States recently. We've just printed a bunch of money. And by the way of printing money, we have destroyed our middle class. Not only have we destroyed our middle class, we've caused inflation, which has destroyed a lot of the things and our benefits that we have in our communities and societies. So I noticed today, or as I go around and I go places and see things, I see that the quality of life is diminishing because most people cannot make enough money to even survive at a job where the services they provide anymore are getting less and less and less, which means the quality of life is going way down because we have taken our currency and destroyed it by continuing to print it and inflate it. So we have very little buying power from our money, which means what we get for our money is very little compared to what we used to get, which means when you go to stores or hire services or anything like that, you just don't get what you used to get, and it just is causing a lot of people to not have as much. The quality of life has gone down incredibly, and then this is similar to what happened in Germany. So this is why somebody that was a conservative, strong man like Adolf Hitler was able to go and get so much power within the government of Germany, because he was able to convince everybody that he had the answers, and he was one of the few people that followed through with all of his campaign promises, and he did. He brought back the German economy. He brought back, industry in Germany. He did so many things that are benefiting Germany, and he built the Autobahn. He created the German car, the Volkswagen, where everybody would have a car. He created jobs within the German economy and did so many things very positively for the Germany. But the end result was his policies, the things that he did, the dictatorial powers that he had, ended up taking Germany into World War II, which is starting World War II, and making Germany, the power of trying to take over Europe and control Europe. And as Germany grew and as Germany became more powerful, they needed resources. And as they invaded other countries to try to get those resources, including the Soviet Union and Russia, this is how Germany got themselves headlong into the World War II and the destruction of the German state, the country of Germany. This is similar to what's going on in the United States today. We have a liberal government. It's created a lot of problems for the middle class and for people that have conservative values. You have massive inflation, which has caused deterioration of people's lifestyles, not being able to afford a place to live, not being able to afford a place to buy. And now you have somebody that's coming in with very conservative values, very conservative thoughts and thinking, and he's the strong man. He's somebody that has dictatorial powers because he now controls both houses, the Senate and the Congress, and he controls the judges, the judiciary. So this man's coming into office with pretty much a complete mandate to change and do whatever he wants to do, and he's doing it with authoritative dictatorial powers. And this is very similar to what happened to Germany with Nazi Germany. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler. I'm just saying that this is similar in the way the two states were prior to this person, prior to what Germany had before Adolf Hitler and prior to what we have as Trump comes back into office. So of course, Trump was in office before, and he didn't exercise the power that he's threatening to exercise now. But either way, this is very concerning that we have somebody that's coming in stating that they want to be dictator for a day. They're also threatening to take homeless off the street and put them in camps. He's threatening to deport people, and that's another thing about Weimar Germany, is they were very nationalistic, and they had a lot of problem with other people in their country, and they were this is stuff that was that Hitler preyed on. Hitler got people to be very concerned about the nationalism of Germany, which is what Trump is doing. Everything Trump does revolves around America first, the United States first. Everybody else has to pay to do business with the United States. If you don't do business in the United States, you're going to pay a huge tariff. If you come across our borders, you're going to get deported. You're going to be sent to detention camps, and you're going to be sent back to wherever you came from. This is the kind of stuff that was taking place prior to Hitler taking office. And then when Hitler took office, he enacted all these rules and regulations and all the things that he did. That ended up being destruction of the German national state, German nation state. So we are very close as far as the two countries. There was a lot of differences too, but there's a lot of similarities. And this is something that's concerning to me. It should be concerning to everybody. And we have a strong man coming into office that has a lot of the same traits, a lot of the same thinking as somebody like Adolf Hitler had. Like I said, I don't say he's Adolf Hitler. There's a lot of differences between Trump and Hitler. Obviously, Hitler was anti-Semitic. I don't believe Trump is anti-Semitic. In fact, I think Trump is just the opposite. I think he's very pro-Israel. I don't think Trump is thinking about anything close to what Hitler thought about. But anyway, these things are similar as far as one man coming in with a lot of power and executing things that are very scary. And this is concerning to me, should be concerning to other people. We need a balance of power. I told my wife this the other day. I said, this is really strange that we put somebody in office like Donald Trump, and we gave him all the power that we gave him. Usually if the United States, they put someone in power like a president that's a Democrat, they'll make sure at least one of the houses, either the Senate or the Congress, is Republican. If if the president's Democratic, then one of the houses, both houses will be Republican. They always have this balance of power. And well, we don't have that right now. We got Donald Trump pretty much. He controls both houses. And like I say, with the Supreme Court rulings that we've had recently, it's pretty scary, the amount of power that they've put upon Donald Trump. Basically, the power where he could execute people that are political, SEAL Team 6, to get rid of your political adversaries. This is the kind of stuff they're saying. Kind of powers where he could just literally do whatever he wants, executive order through the United States presidency. So yeah, scary times. I'm not real happy with the way things are going. I'm worried about it. I'm worried about things that, how this could turn out, especially with somebody that's very much unhinged. I think that would be fair to say about Donald Trump. He's very unhinged. You don't know where he's going. You don't know what he's thinking. He does a lot of things. He talks a lot based on his ability, or what he does is he likes to shock people with his speech. He likes to shock people with what he says. But at the same time, sometimes he doesn't follow through quite as much as he says he's going to. But I'm afraid those days are behind us. He might change the way he governs this next time. He wanted to build the wall. He didn't get it built. This time, it looks like the people that he's putting into his cabinet are not people that are best suited for the job, but people that are the most loyal to him, and the people that he knows that whatever he says or does, that they're going to be backing 100%. That he didn't have that the first time, and that's why I think a lot of the stuff that he wanted to implement didn't get done. And that's why I think he was he was so aggressive in getting a second term because he had realized his mistake, that he had to get rid of the people that were opposing him, the balancing of powers. He had to get rid of them before he could make the decisions he wanted to make without anybody interfering. He wanted to have unilateral power, where he could just make the power. He could do whatever he wanted to do without anybody opposing him. He wanted to do that, but he didn't get the job done because he lost to Biden in the election. But I'm afraid this time's a little bit different. He sees the mistake he made that last time, and I think he'll change the way he governs this time. So anyway, there is similarities between Weimar Germany and the United States today, in the fact that the inflation, the fact that they wiped out middle class America, just like they did middle class Germany, and the fact that we have a strong man, a dictator, basically coming into office, who has a lot of very radical policies that are I'd say against what people like myself, which would be someone who would be a little bit more humanitarian. People that I'd be somebody that'd probably be a little bit, not that I'm soft on a lot of these things, but I certainly would consider things before I made rash decisions and made proclamations about deporting people or imprisoning people or doing things like that. I think all that stuff needs to be taken. Sorry about that. I'm throwing the hole right there. All that stuff needs to be thought out very carefully before it's done. Can't be said haphazardly without any thought to what the specific ramifications are to those kind of policies. I appreciate you watching. Thank you very much.